Hey, Carolyn Porter here, and this video is on the power of decisions. And I want to talk about what really happens when we make a decision to go for our dreams. You know, we can create and step into a world of our desire, of our making. And so I want to give you my process on how I do this. But before I do that, I want to give you a quick story. And the story is about this person that's been walking by a building that was very attractive to them, and they wanted to go in for some time, but they didn't. The building had it was beautiful architecture, beautiful grounds, trees, waters, manicured garden that is very tranquil and serene, and also had a very attractive door. But this day, that person decided to go into the building because every time this person thought of this building, they were thinking about, if I step through that door, I know that is something for me that's calling me, and it's good, but I don't know, I can't imagine what it is. So this person decided to step through the door. So they walk up to the door and knock on the door because it's a public building. And nobody answered, and they knocked again, and still the same thing, but they had made their mind up. They were going to go through these doors. So they just turned the knob, see if the door is open. Door was open, and the person walked in. And inside the building was exactly what they were dreaming, but even more. There were all kinds of pathways available in there for that person to take to reach their desire, whatever that desire was. And there were other people in the building as well, taking these pathways and reaching their dreams and everything. And they welcomed the person in. And so the person decided, oh, it was great that I made that decision. I've done it. I've gone through it. And then I can go and live my life of my dreams. The same thing is true for us. We can do that as well. Sometimes we waver, though. Sometimes we, don't make decisions for whatever reason we're thinking of. We just don't do it. And if we do make it, we go back and forth. Can I do this? No, I can't. And so on. We waver. But if we make a decision and follow a process through it, and it's work. It's not easy, especially if it's something that is totally different from what you've been doing before. But if we just decide to do that and go forward, we can experience a life beyond anything that we can imagine in our limited imaginations. So, my process then of what I do when I'm going for something that is totally beyond what I have been experiencing before is to make the decision about it. And I make the decision now, and then when I make the decision, I have to make sure that it sticks. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that I have to know that I know so that I won't waver. Because if you make a decision and you're really not sure about it, then you have some doubt and worry that you can't do it, and then you waver. So I do whatever I can, meditation, affirmations, anything that I can to make sure that it sticks with me, because I want this decision to be unwavering, where I know that I can do whatever I'm going after. And when I get to that point, I know that it's good. And that's great, because that leads me to my second step. My second step is I do not share with anybody if I don't know that yet. Because if you don't know that you can do it right now and you share it with somebody, they can introduce some doubt, and you probably will waver if you are not sure of what you want. So keep it to yourself until you can be certain that you will do this regardless. An obstacle will come in your way, and you will not say, oh, something is in my way. You will say, how can I go around it, over it, underneath it, but I'm going forward. So when you get to that point, you can share, but before then, keep it to yourself. And the third step is to take massive action. You got to take the action. There's nothing that you can get without taking some kind of action, even if it's just mental action. But you have to do some action, because in taking the action, that's where you find step number 4, which is to look for any unsuspected influences that comes in your way. And we're calling it unusual. I said unsuspected, man. Unusual. Look for any unusual influences. And it's unusual because it's not something that's following your process. It's not something that you would have predicted was the next step. It is something that is so out of the blue, but if you follow it, you can step through a different door and go further on your path. Let me just give you an example of something like that happened to me a few years back. I was manifesting with this person. We were we were working on manifesting something, and we had reached a standstill. We were moving forward, and all of a sudden we were on a plateau. So we weren't moving forward, but we were still, looking and seeing our end goal, right? And then the person called me up and say, "Come over. I've got to talk to you about something. It could be a breakthrough for us to move forward." And so I said, and it was nearly rush hour time in the afternoon. So I said, and I was clear across town from that person. So I said, "Can you just tell me over the phone?" Because I didn't want to get into traffic, right? And they said, "No, you need to come on over right now." And so I said, "Okay, let me go." So I went over there, and it was a breakthrough for us. And see, I didn't want to go. It wasn't something that I would have, it wasn't my predicted next step. I didn't want to go over there. But this unusual thing occurred. I followed through with it, and it was a breakthrough, and we did manifest that. So you need to look for those and follow it. Even if it seems crazy, or even if it's make you look crazy, just do it, because you never know where it's going to lead you. That is the universe winking at you and telling you that, hey, go this way. And then the last thing is to just stay in a made up mind condition. In other words, keep that decision firm. Do not waver. Do whatever you can to keep your decision firm, and then just keep doing this, just keep going through the steps. But make sure your decision is firm, because if you stop and waver, you can stop your process, and then you have to start all over again. I will leave with a quote by a Reverend Ike, who was a prosperity minister, and I think he was coming out of New York. He died a few years ago, but there's a quote that he used about made-up mind. He said, "The power of a made-up mind is a great power, and they can do, be, and have anything that they want. Because when you make your mind up, you're in contact with the infinite. And those little unusual occurrences is the infinite speaking to you, telling you to go forward. This is your path." So that's my process that I use. If you don't have a process, you can look through that and use what you can. Remember, it's my process, this individual. Everybody will go through it a different way, but I'm just giving you an idea of how you can do something like this. So leave comments for me and tell me, what do you think about that? And share your process if you have something different. And also, if you like these kinds of videos, subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting more of them out there. And click the link below on my website. Go check out my team. We do things like this on our team, where we have personal development. We're developing ourselves into the best entrepreneur that we can be. But not only that, we are business people, so we have business on our team. So you can go and look at my team and see the type of business that we're doing, all the benefits that you get when you align with us. And if you like it, join us. And this is Carolyn Porter. I will see you on the next video.